Hi, I'm Benjamin Chan, and throughout the semester I've been working with Cundall, an international engineering consulting firm that operates in over 20 countries. It was first established in the UK. Offices were set up in Australia in 2003 by Simon Wild, who is still the current director and chief executive officer of all Australian offices and other operations across the Asia Pacific. Cundall's vision is together we create change in the world, which is how Cundall works, aiming to collaborate, share and learn together to build a sustainable future, and where Cundall is one of Australia's largest ESD consultants, which stands for Environmentally Sustainable Design. Using one word to describe Cundall, it will be sustainability. Everything that Cundall does and all the projects they work for focuses on sustainability. So, my role within the company. I report directly to Joanne Sim, who is the head of marketing at Cundall, as well as Simon Wild, who I've previously mentioned as CEO of Cundall Australia. Cundall Australia is currently at the phase where they want to expand and grow the services. My passion, or what I'm aiming for, is management consulting, which is an area that Cundall is looking at expanding into. So my tasks revolve around looking at the possibility of branching out into this service, as well as a range of other services that our competitors currently have. So I've conducted numerous research and analysis tasks, produced business reports, business plans and presentations about the different services, as well as our competitors, not only within Australia, but globally. The highlight of all the tasks that I've completed was a PowerPoint presentation about the various services that our competitors have. The presentation included an analysis of the services, what they are, how the competitors sold or advertised a specific service, and how they approach the service for clients. The presentation also included an analysis of how the specific service would benefit us if we were to incorporate the service into our business, with information including the cost to us, what we had to add, the resources that we had to get in order to have that service, as well as the revenue or return we would be able to get from having that service. So before I was handed this task, I was researching about our main competitors, looking at what services they had that we didn't, and then researching about each service, how it was done by other companies, how it was sold to clients by each company, as each company does it differently, the projects that each company has done for each of those services, and any other relevant information about either the service or the company. Then came the PowerPoint presentation. I completed the task and presented both Joanne and Simon, who both seemed happy with the work that I did, acknowledging my efforts. But it was the next part that stood out. The week after, I came back and had a meeting with Joanne discussing my next task, but she started off saying thank you again and well done with the presentation, and told me that Simon had used the PowerPoint to present to Cundall's board members to sell them the project idea. I was really surprised yet delighted that a piece of work that I did got used and presented in front of board members to sell a project. That assured me of my capabilities, of the work and effort that I've put in. It was a real confidence booster knowing that the amount of trust and belief that my supervisors had in me and my work. It was a very satisfying feeling and something that I'm still very proud of. This leads me to the skills that I've been able to develop from this work placement. The whole experience has led to improvements in a lot of areas, but specifically with the ones that I've targeted before commencing the internship included creative thinking, innovation, presentation, cultural literacy, and interpersonal skills. These were the few of my weaker capabilities, and so I hope that I would be able to use this opportunity to develop and improve on them, and I definitely have. With the work that I was engaged in, undergoing research tasks, evaluations, and analysis, and then creating reports, plans, and presentations, it really challenged me to use those capabilities in order to be able to produce high-quality results. I had to think differently, to try to think outside the box in order to find solutions or to respond to issues or challenges that I faced while performing those tasks. And similar to with everything you do, it's through practice, perseverance, and constant and consistent attempts that you will develop. Presentation-wise, confidence was the main thing that let me down. But through this placement, getting the encouragement and motivation from my supervisors, especially with the PowerPoint presentation, it has significantly built my confidence. Knowing the level of work I can produce and getting the recognition from top corporate level executives, there isn't a better way to help boost my confidence, which might I add has already proven itself extremely useful, as with my 3 other units this semester. All of them had presentations in which I managed to perform quite well in all 3, thanks to the experience and confidence I've gained from this placement. Cultural literacy, looking at cross-cultural communication. I've never had many issues with it, having friends with different cultural backgrounds as well as working in groups with people of different cultures. I even play sports with people that come from different places. So I've got a fair amount of knowledge, understanding, and experience in communicating cross-culturally. But I still had the concern pre-activity that it would be different and that it might be a bigger issue within workplace context. And when I first got into Cundall, I saw the company was really quite culturally diverse. My supervisors are from the UK, Colleagues next to my desk were of a Chinese background, the admin staff was Indian, and of course there were Australians, in addition to a few more other countries or cultures. I don't recall dealing with that amount of cultural variety in one place or at one time, and so I did get slightly nervous, but as time went on, things flowed out smoothly. I worked and interacted with all of them successfully and effectively in terms of getting tasks done, for and with them, and without any issues. Lastly, interpersonal skills was another challenging area, looking to adjust my communication style to meet the context requirements. Having had no previous experience in this industry or experience with any other similar firms, I had a fair amount of things to learn. Especially in this engineering consultant sector, there are numerous industry-specific vocabulary and working styles and methods that I had to understand and adapt to. But again, as I worked through the tasks, performing the research tasks, I started to be able to realize and absorb the communication style which is evident in my work. Being able to understand and then use the correct methods and terms in my projects showed my ability to adapt to the required context, which continued to improve as the more tasks and research. Throughout my internship, I witnessed a lot of things that are new to me, allowing me to learn and develop various skills from them that I can take into my future career. The main thing was the working environment, including the way people work, the way different cultured people work, and how people worked in line with their organization's vision. The things that I can take with me from this office experience is to really observe how things work when you step into a new organization. Through observation, you can understand the work methods and styles of your organization and the culture of the organization, which will then allow you to be able to adjust and settle in more easily without creating that many issues. That's at least how I managed to settle in and finish without stirring conflicts or Sustainability is a big ethical question, and so with Cundall having its business vision, strategy, and objectives all set on that, numerous ethical dilemmas and issues follow, for both personal actions within the company and project decisions. Personally, I didn't have any projects of that size to involve ethical decisions, but in terms of actions around the office, I've had minor dilemmas in relation to things like paper usage, turning lights on and off, use of air conditioning, etc. And my decisions were easy to make in that I had in my mind, being an employee of the organization, I shall accept and adhere to the standards set within the office and do my part to fulfill the mission of the company. So this sustainability mind frame is pretty much the culture within the organization, which was an aspect that I had to accept whether or not sustainability is that significant for me personally. Colleagues' working style was another thing that I had to learn to accept. Whether it was a cultural difference or an organizational-wide behavior, I didn't get a sense of teamwork, which is an area that I enjoy and deem important. Everyone was pretty much working individually. Working hours was another aspect I had to come to accept. My official working hours was 9 to 5, but from the very first week I was going overtime, which continued week after week, which made me realize and accept the fact that in order for me to produce good quality work, I would have to put in the extra effort and go beyond my working hours. Interestingly, even with the longer hours, I came to be quite committed to the organization and my work. I was sad to be leaving at the end of my placement. I believe this was the result of the interest I had with the work. May it not be entirely what I'm aiming for as my future career, but it had some relevance and was interesting enough to keep me motivated. All the new things that I learned from completing those tasks excite me, and the satisfaction I get by completing them and having someone recognizing my efforts at the end of the day is a very joyful feeling. The tasks I was responsible for, the reports that I produced, were all relevant to the job of a management consultant, which is what I'm aiming for. And so to deepen my understanding and to learn how to compile reports, etc., really further developed my passion to be a management consultant, as well as significantly helped grow my knowledge and skills in preparation for it, which I believe is all to my benefit leading into the future. Saying that, I still have a lot to learn and skills needing further development and improvement, as well as job-specific skills that I will have to learn getting into my future career. Especially experience and skill in dealing with clients is a crucial aspect that I have yet to learn and do. This internship has been very enjoyable, very valuable, but do I see myself in this role in the future? No, just because the role I was in was quite a basic foundation role that I believe I can now advance from and take up other more challenging and senior roles. As I've been saying, my future aspiration is to become a management consultant, more specifically to look at business improvement and organizational change. After this internship, not only has that not changed, but has only strengthened due to the tasks that I've been exposed to that are relevant, such as how management consultant is actually an area that Cundall wants to expand into. Therefore, the research I've done on it have all developed my skills, knowledge, and understanding of the management consulting sector and the work required as a management consultant, therefore further extending my interest and passion towards it. To finish off, I will remember all the things that I've learned and developed from this extremely valuable experience in which I have to give a big thank you to Pace and Cundall. Thank you.